Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Nano, aka Danyala. Um, I'm making this video because I just recently watched Chrissie's video about her being accused of stealing content, um, and basically taking other YouTubers who talk about the same, I would say the same things she talk about, concerning how black women are perceived in the United States, darkism, and other things like that. Um, really, I really think this whole thing is ridiculous. I'm not saying that Chrissy's been ridiculous. I don't think she's been ridiculous at all, because all she's doing is just defending her character. She's defending herself, her movement. I wouldn't say her movement, but what she is doing. Um, you know, I have, a little bit of advice I will want to give to Chrissy. My first advice would be, and she don't need me to say this. I can tell she's that type of person, but just keep on doing you. Keep on doing what you think is best. Not only for yourself but for black women and black people in general. And then also, I really think that there needs to be a sit down, and I really think that there needs to be open communication between her and Rashida Strober and the other person who I don't know who she's talking about, but there needs to be some type of dialogue, because I believe that, I know that some of the things that Rashida Strober said about her is just wrong. It's messed up. And I noticed this about Rashida. I watch some of her videos. Well, I watch her videos. I'm supposed to say I watch her videos, just like I watch Chrissy's videos. And I noticed that Rashida, she is very egotistical. She seems to be looking for attention. I'm not saying that she's pushing her whole darkism movement, because she calls herself the first darkism activist or colorist activist. I can't remember honestly what she calls herself, but it's something like that. And I think she says out of pride. Really, it's a whole ego thing. And I had made a comment that I had posted, but I deleted it, saying that I see Rashida Strober as having the Tommy Sotomayor syndrome. Basically, what that is saying that nobody else can do what I do. I'm the only one who can do this, no one else. It's like the king of the hill type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, anyone who comes up here, they're going to be knocked off this hill, with the mission of them coming up there and knock you off the hill. That's the idea. And I don't believe in that. I believe that on this platform, people, this whole community, this whole subject can be shared. I remember watching one of Dr. Umar Johnson's earlier lectures back way before he really blew up, where he talked about he didn't want to be the king. There shouldn't be one king, because that's very dangerous. And even Tariq Nasheed said the same thing. It's very dangerous just having one leader, because if you get knocked off, the whole movement dies. So that's why I believe it's very important to have more than one leader when it comes to a movement. And it's sad, because I've noticed with the whole pro-black thing, there's a lot of ego involved. And it's like, what are you really doing this for? Are you doing it for your ego, or are you doing it for your people? Because with me, I think with the issues, and it's just a personal opinion and what I observe, and I've seen many people like this before who have insecurities, and it shows through their character, and it shows through their actions. And Rashida Strober, she seems like a person who has been shunned because of her physicality, her being a dark-skinned woman. She that she really didn't get that much attention, and now since she has some type of platform, she is doing whatever she can to get that attention, because she was attention starved. I think Tommy Sotomayor was the same way when he was young. When he talks about his personal experience of being a dark-skinned black man. Both of these people, Rashida Strober and Tommy Sotomayor, they're both where they're at right now because of their skin color. uh, and it's more than anything, it's a sad thing. I'm glad that they're doing well, I guess. Making money, but I'm not saying that all money is good money, because I think what Tommy Sotomayor is doing more a disservice to black people than anything. Rashida Strober, I'm not really sure where her heart is at. Is she doing this for herself, or is she doing this for black women? But on the other hand, I can tell that Chrissie is doing this for black women. Yeah, I know that it's for her too. But because I could, she's personable. It's very personal in her videos. You could tell that she takes these things very personal. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell that Chrissie is building her brand for dark-skinned black women. And black women in general. And I hope that they're both striving for the same thing. Um, a better exposure of black women, and moreover, the black community. Because Chrissie, she talks about black men, and she talks about our faults and things like that. But I believe she does it because she wants us to do better. So we can get our shit together, so that we can put black women as our standard, our pinnacle of beauty in the black community. I mean, it doesn't make sense for non-black women to be the standard of beauty in the black community. That doesn't make any sense, and to build and stuff like that. And I believe that's why, sometimes in Chrissie's video, she shows her frustration, and it's totally understandable. But I hope that that they can sit down and talk about these things. I think that's the best thing they can do. I'm surprised Rashida haven't did that already, but I'm sure she probably hasn't done that because she don't want to shine any light on Chrissie. Because as we see, she thinks that Chrissie is hijacking her style. But I really think that's the best thing. I mean, she invites other people to, sit down and chat with her, and I really think that her and Chrissie should have some type of open dialogue, talk about, what's the difference? Why are they having these issues? Why does Rashida have issues with Chrissie? I would really love to see that video, and not just, and more in general with Chrissie, because Rashida, she does dialogue with other people. I would like to see Chrissie talk to other people, why cannot I remember the brother's name right now? I'm so bad with names, but why Angel something. I can't remember the brother's name, but he has a Hispanic last name. But I would like to see her, do dialogue with him and with other people. I would like to see the circle open. What I'm saying, with a lot of these black YouTubers who talk about these same things and who have similar missions to talk about, to communicate with each other. I really think that's one of the best things that we can do as people in this whole pro-black. I put quote unquote pro-black because. I don't know if some of these people consider themselves pro-black, and really it's like the term pro-black is very loose, so I don't really like to use that term like that, but that's the only way that people can understand what I'm talking about. But I really think that would be the best thing, because who knows, if Rashida and Chrissie can squash this beef between them. I know that Chrissie feels like that she doesn't have a beef with her, but Rashida has a beef with Chrissie, what I'm saying? And it would be nice to see them to squash this whole thing, hopefully Rashida can clear up her, her view of Chrissie, and they can work together, what I'm saying? This is really the problem with black communities, that we cannot get along, but I would like to see both of them open up to each other and work together. You know what I'm saying? This could be a beautiful thing. Both of these sisters working together and building together. That would be amazing. But knows? I mean, that's really my suggestion. I made this suggestion a long time ago with um, people like Sarge, Chrissie, um, Angel. I think his name is like Angel. I think his name is Angel Ramirez, but I think that his his handle on YouTube is like Angel IGK, something like that. I don't know. Can't remember what it is. Him and Rashida Strober, even people like what's her name, Cynthia G. I would like to see all of them sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the issues that's going on in black communities. And all these other people out here. There's a lot of brothers out here too who talk about this darkism, colorism, and all this other stuff. But I would definitely like to see that. You know what I'm saying? We have like, and even me. You know what I'm saying? I would like to be in the conversation and talk to these people and try to see from their point of view and try to have them see from my point of view and things like that. Because, like I said before, there's things in my videos that I disagree with. I disagree with some of the things that Chrissie says, and even like she addressed in this video, there's some things that she no longer believes in. You know what I'm saying? Her beliefs, some of her ideals have changed over time, just like anybody else. I even changed my tune on a few things before, but I would definitely like to see her, have a conversation, some type of like Google Hangout with Rashida Strober, because I have a feeling that Rashida Strober, I believe that her heart is in the right place, but I kind of have a feeling that she is doing this out of, the lack of attention that she may have not had, over the years of being rejected just because of being a dark-skinned black woman. But I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that her whole movement is based off of something as personal as that, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that she's doing it for the betterment of black women in general and dark-skinned black women, because that's really what Rashida is all about. Well, at least that's what I hear her talk about is, the struggle of being a black, dark-skinned black woman. But then Chrissie, on the other hand, she mostly talks about just black women in general, the struggles, and the things that come with being a black woman. But yeah, I would definitely love to see everybody, talk about a problem. We pick up a topic, or we find some type of article or whatever is trending that day about black people, and talk about it. When, like, say for example, like the whole Tyrese situation, saying that his wife is a black queen and all this stuff. We sit down, we talk about those things. We have a little hangout, Google Hangout. That'd definitely be nice. But I would really like to see these two sisters build, because there's enough animosity between us two. I mean, between this community, you know what I'm saying, the black community, between black men, black women. That's why I'm so over this this whole battle of the sexes thing. And then even with black women, because in Chrissie's comment sections, you just only see black men blasting black women. You see black women blasting other black women. It's like, man, there's no unity anywhere. I mean, it's really sad. I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having an opinion about something or someone. But yeah, I mean, we just let these little problems tear us down. And I think that's why some people are starting to view the whole black community, the whole pro-black, whatever, community as being a joke, because there's no unity. There's nothing more than ego clashing. I mean, look at what happened with Dr. Umar Johnson. I mean, that thing was absolutely sickening. This guy, I mean, I don't see him the same way as I've seen him before, because I believe since he climbed so high, now he has this issue where he thinks he's the king of the hill. And it's just so sad, because I remember years ago where he was talking about how there shouldn't be a king sitting on top of the hill. Because like I said, that once that king gets knocked off that hill, you know, the movement halts. It comes to a screeching halt, like what happened with Martin Luther King and other people. Um, but like I said, I think that, you know, the sister Rashida Strober, um, you know, I can understand why she may feel this way, but we have to remember that this is not just her struggle. This is everybody's struggle. You know, the struggle of a dark-skinned black woman is not just hers. Chrissie probably has similar experiences. You know, other dark-skinned black women have similar experiences. So you can't just say that you are the queen of darkism or whatever she calls herself, and you can't say that you're the first activist. Who knows? There could have been a dark-skinned black woman in the 60s who considered herself a dark-skinned activist. I think that's what she called herself, the first dark-skinned activist. Who knows? She could be, maybe not. But like I said, it seems like she has this Tommy Sotomayor syndrome, where only you can do that. Because remember Tommy Sotomayor, he was like getting at people's throats. He got at Lovely T.I. Because he thought that they were still in his format and all this crap. It's like, oh man. It's funny because I was making videos similar to what Tommy Sotomayor does years ago on my old channel that's now deleted. Way before I even heard of a Tommy Sotomayor, before he even had a YouTube channel. This was like back in 2008 or something like that. So, yeah. But I would definitely love to see these two sisters, you know, just throw away, you know, their differences and realize Rashida Strober, mainly her, because she's the one making the accusations. I would really like to see her throw that away and work on the similarities, you know what I'm saying? And the other guy, I forget the other dude, but he actually made a video with Nibby recently. He's like, I think he said he lives somewhere in Europe, Northern Europe, but he's from America. I forget his name. And he makes some videos actually responding to Chrissie videos and stuff, and I think Chrissie know of him and all that. But yeah, give me one moment. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyways, that's basically all I have to say. I would really like to see Chrissie, you know, extend the olive branch, so to say, or Rashida Strober. I don't think, the only reason why I say Chrissie is because I believe that she's the more level head out of both of them. Of course, because she's not on the attack, she's just on the defense. She's defending herself, rightfully so. So I think, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know how realistic that is, but I would like to see both of them, you know, extend the olive branch and work together as sisters, you know what I'm saying, rather than seeing each other as competition, because I know Chrissie doesn't see her like that, but Rashida does. And it's just not the right way to look at it, especially when we're in a struggle. I mean, division is crazy, especially when we have one common enemy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe in this whole feminism thing, because it's like, you're a black person before you're a male or a female. That's one thing that we both have in common as black people. I believe our sexual orientation comes second, you know. Our gender comes second. Because no matter what, even if you win the rights of women, you will still be a nigger. You know what I'm saying? So we have to throw away our differences. You know, like I said, other people share the similar or the same struggles as Rashida, so she's not the queen of the hill. We just need to unite. I mean, because black people, we are losing like crazy right now because we can't put aside our differences. You know, whether it's based on religion. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, but I have family members who are Muslim. I'm willing to work with Muslims. I'm willing to work with a person from any background, as long as they're not, you know, doing something crazy like eating people, sacrificing babies, stuff like I can't. No, you know, just don't let me find out about it. No, but still, even I don't believe in that shit at all. Don't bring that shit to me. I can't work with a person who I know does stuff like that, because that's just evil, and you're harming people. But it doesn't matter if you come from like a Muslim, Catholic, whatever background. As long as you have the best interests of black people, we can work together. As long as you are black, you know. because I believe we all have a common ground as black people. We need to set ourselves up financially. We need to set up an economy. We need to set up our own schools, military, stuff like that to protect ourselves. We need to build a infrastructure. And infrastructure to a society does not necessarily discriminate based on a person's belief, as long as we can set up something that's very basic, you know, really a basic type of foundation, a system, a code, you know what I'm saying, that will protect black people. Because when you look at white people, they have a system set up like that for them, no matter what your belief and all that stuff is. And that's that white privilege. That's exactly what it is. But anyways, that's basically all I have to say before I start rambling and saying all this other crazy stuff. But anyways, you guys have a good night. You know, shout out, peace, love to my sisters out there, to Chrissie, to Rashida, Cynthia G. Shout out to my brothers out there. I can't remember the guy's name who's out there in Norway, or I think that's where he's at. I don't know where he's at. And to the brother Angel, and other people out there, and all the people who listen, and all the people who care about black people. Shouts out to y'all. Peace out. Shalom. Kwame Ashala. Good night.